Deluding karmas, meaning the Mohaniya karmas, is instrumental in binding of all other karmas. All other karmas. Not only Mohaniya karmas. In all other karmas, the root cause is Mohaniya, instrumental. Therefore, it is extremely essential to know the means to destroy it. Why? To attain liberation. Because we are talking of the way of liberation, which is the annihilation of all karmas. You have to be totally karma-less to be liberated, and it is extremely essential to know how to destroy Mohani. Revealing the unfailing means to destroy Mohaniya karma, or say deluding karma, in this verse the Guru says,
कर्म मोहनीय भेद बे दर्शन चारित्र नाम हणि बोध वितरागता अचूक उपाय आम.
So, karma Mohaniya, now we can keep it Mohaniya karma only, deluding Badu. Now you have understood, right? So, karma Mohaniya means the deluding karmas. Bhed, be are of two types. Karma, how many types? Infinite types. And એમાં main કેટલા? 8. એમાં prominent કયું? And how many types of Mohaniya? 2. Bhed means types, be means be. How do you call it? How do you say in Ahmedabad? Be. મારે જાણવું હોય કે આ અમદાવાદનો છે, સુરતનું તો એકદમ ખબર પડી જાય તરત, પણ આ અમદાવાદનો છે કે જામનગરનો છે, આ કહું કે કીધું આ કેટલા છે, એટલે બે બોલે એટલે ખબર પડી જાય અમદાવાદનો છે. ઓકે, તો ભેદ બે છે. 2 types of Mohaniya karmas. Which are the 2 types? Darshan, charitra, naam. Darshan meaning faith, charitra meaning conduct. So, 2 types of Mohaniya karmas, darshan moha, charitra moha. I'll explain later. Now, who are the destroyers of darshan moha and charitra moha? So, both meaning enlightenment, knowledge, or understanding, true understanding. Enlightenment jara uncho word છે. You can start with true understanding or true knowledge or with an experience, so enlightenment. That is both. Both will destroy wrong faith. And dispassion or detachment or non-attachment will destroy charitramo. Achuk upay am. Achuk. Chuk. Chuk means when you fail. Chuk. Unfailing. Unfailing remedy to destroy the 2 types of Mohaniya. Karma Mohaniya, Bhed be, Darshan, Charitra, Naam. So, Darshan means faith, Charitra means conduct, but we are talking of Moh. So, Darshan, Moh, faith, deluding Mohaniya karmas, conduct, deluding Mohaniya karmas. Darshan, Moh, Charitra. I've been saying these words in the satsangs. Darshan, Moh. Darshan is a positive thing, it's your capacity of the soul, but when it's in delusion, we say Darshan, Moh. Charitra is the capacity of the soul, but when it's under the influence of moh, it is called charitra moh. How will you destroy darshan moh? By enlightenment. How will you destroy charitra moh? By dispassion, detachment, non-attachment. And in this way, Mohaniya can be destroyed. With the destruction of Mohaniya, the other 7 will also get destroyed, and with the destruction of all 8, you are going to attain Siddhahood, or the accomplished state or the purest state or liberation. Okay? Achuk upay am. So achuk is a achukna mate infallible lekhu છે, but I would prefer the word unfailing. Achuk. Never. If you adopt these means, you will never fail in your pursuit. So, રામ બાણ ઉપાય બી કે છે. રામ બાણ, રામ ના બાણ. બાણ એટલે arrows. કોના? Of Sri Ram. They were achuk બાણ. It will, once it is, what do you say? It is in, શું કહેવાય? Okay. ધનુષ પરથી નિકલે, what do you say? It's in motion. It's released. Yeah, I think really once it is released, it will surely hit the target. Ramna arrows are unfailing. So Ram Ban apne kahiye means achuk. And when we did Raj Katha, we had sung that song. I had made Shet sing this song. Raj Bana Vagya Hoya Tej Jane. Raj Prabhuna je Ban che, his method, I'm not saying whatever, whichever method, is unfailing. And then 5-6 examples were given in that pad. There was that Dungarsi Bhai with all his ego and all, and one Ban he chodod, and everything got destroyed. That boy in the streets of Khambat, and that whole story I had told you. If you have forgotten, then we'll have to see it all over again. Then there was one Ban thrown on Sobhag, one Ban on Ambalal, one on Lalluji Muni, one arrow. Nikli jao a padar mati. Ralaj padar mati nikli jao. And he was ready for the mantra diksha. Next day, mantra diksha, 2 years samyak darshan. 1952, he gets the mantra diksha, and 1954 is a samyak drashti jeev. Unfailing agnas of a Sadguru. Here we are talking of monia karmas. Okay, short meaning. The deluding karmas are of two types, pertaining to belief and behavior. BB. One, belief is darshan, behavior is charitra. Okay? So, ato pujje. So, the deluding karmas are of two types, pertaining to belief and behavior. So, what will it be called? Darshan moha and charitra moha, meaning faith deluding karmas and conduct deluding karmas. You have to, when you use the word moha, you have to use the word delusion. So, faith sate, faith deluding, conduct deluding. Okay? This can be destroyed by bodh and vitrakta. Bodh mate the word is enlightenment, and vitrakta mate the word is dispassion. This is the unfailing remedy. Unfailing. આ મેડિસિન લેશો એટલે સારું થશે જ. જો સારું નહીં થયું તો I will say કે તમે મેડિસિન લીધી નથી. It is not possible that you are in the spirit of dispassion and you are not being able to destroy charitra moha. It's not possible. You are having true understanding, true knowledge, and your wrong faith is not destroyed. It's not just possible. Just not possible, not just possible, always possible. It's the unfailing remedy. Okay. So, I think the Sadguru is determined to enlighten the disciple. It's બિચારાએ ભૂલથી શું ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછી લીધો, કર્મો કાલ અનંતના શાથી છેદ્યા જાય. He went to the depth of infinite karmas, 8 karmas, monia karmas, 2 types of monia karmas, and this is the unfailing remedy. So if you work on your enlightenment and dispassion, કર્મો જે છે ને અનંત કાલના બધા છેદાઈ જશે. બધા છેદાઈ જશે. એક બિલ્ડિંગ બાંધતા કેટલો ટાઈમ લાગે ઇન ઇન્ડિયામાં? પછી બુર્જ ખલીફાની વાત નથી કરતી. ઇન્ડિયામાં એક 20 ફ્લોર્સનું એક બિલ્ડિંગ બાંધવું હોય તો કેટલો ટાઈમ લાગે? 2 વર્ષ. So the UK passport holder is saying 2 વર્ષ. 2 years to make a building, to build, you need 2 years, 20-story building. અને એને ખલાસ કરવું હોય તો કેટલા વર્ષ લાગે? 2 વર્ષ કે 4 વર્ષ? એક ડાયનામાઇટ લગાવી દો તો how much time? 10-15 minutes. That is quite a quick way of liberation. So he's saying 10-15 minutes. Ek dynamite laga to dhadak karine finish. So karmo kal anantana, how can it be destroyed in this short span of life? Are unfailing remedy વાપરને. એક ભાવમાં અનંત કાલના કર્મ ખલાસ થઈ જશે. રાઈટ રેમેડી નથી તારી પાસે, તે હજી અડોપ્ટ કરી નથી, હજી you have not understood and not put effort. But a right method जो आप कर सकते तो कर्मो काल अनंतना in not one birth, he is saying 15 minutes. भगवान says in 48 minutes થઈ જાય. 48 minutes शुद्ध भाव में स्थिर થાઓ, abide in yourself for 48 minutes, steadfast, and you can attain liberation. Just 48 minutes. So we have to practice that samayik every day of 48 minutes. શુદ્ધ ભાવમાં 48 minutes માટે સ્થિર થાઓ, you can get liberated. 48 minutes માં લંડનથી ન્યુયોર્ક જઈ શકો, ફાસ્ટેસ્ટ પ્લેનમાં જઈ શકો 48 minutes માં. 48 minutes ma, you can't go from London to New York, but in 48 minutes you can go to moksha. Okay, so Guru has determined to enlighten the disciple today. So he theorizes further on the kinds of deluding karmas. Not kinds of karmas, but kinds of deluding karmas. Specifying that enlightenment and dispassion is the core of liberation. Because that is the remedy, right? So remedy means path of liberation. What is the core of liberation or the path of liberation? Enlightenment and dispassion. So he says it's because of enlightenment, or say knowledge, dispassion, or say detachment, you can attain right faith and right conduct. By knowledge or enlightenment, knowledge and dispassion or detachment or non-attachment. What is knowledge here? It's the constant awareness of the truth beyond what it appears. Constant knowledge એટલે પેલું lecture નહીં, not what you have written or memorized. Here knowledge, because I said enlightenment, it is the constant awareness of the truth of what it appears. Something beyond what it appears. Means you see the body and you say ato shuddhatma che, because that is the truth beyond what it appears. આ શિવ નથી, આ શુદ્ધાત્મા છે, આ શુદ્ધાત્મા છે, આ શુદ્ધાત્મા છે, આ શુદ્ધાત્મા, આ પૂતગલ છે, આ પૂતગલ છે, આ પૂતગલ છે, આ પૂતગલ છે. See, now where is the ground for likes and dislikes? If it is Neel and Shiv, I might like someone, dislike someone. But if it's pure soul, now where is the ground for likes and dislikes? If this is blue or this is pink, there is ground for likes and dislikes. But if both are just seen as paper or say pudgal, then there is no grounds for likes and dislikes. So with proper understanding and the awareness of it, awareness of the truth beyond what it appears, that comes in knowledge or enlightenment. And what comes here? Dispassion. Simple. Detachment or dispassion is the disassociation of oneself from it. Simple as that. So the function of the Mohniya karma is what? Delusion regarding two things. BB. Belief and behavior. Belief and behavior. So when the belief is deluded, it is called darshan moha. Because darshan means belief and delusion means moha. So darshan moha, faith delusion or wrong faith. Simple? Next. Behavior delusion se, meaning conduct delusion, meaning wrong conduct. Wrong conduct, meaning passions. Right conduct is not creating passions and abiding in the self. But because of charitra moha, you don't abide in yourself and you create passions in you. Understood? Two types of Mohniya, darshan, one, delusion of darshan, second, delusion of conduct. So delusion of the darshan or delusion of belief or faith is called darshan moha. And this is delusion of conduct is called charitra moha. I'll explain it briefly. What is darshan moha and what is charitra moha? Why these two words I explain? Because darshan is being deluded, so darshan moha. Darshan means faith, belief. Here behavior or conduct is being deluded, so this is called charitra moha. Why these names? Why these names, darshan moha and charitra moha? Because one is pertaining to belief, one is pertaining to behavior, conduct, behavior, BB. BB yaad rakhjo, belief and behavior. So faith and conduct. So what does this darshan moha do? Now you know it. It does not allow one to perceive anything correctly. Object, person, yourself. You can't perceive it correctly. This is darshan moha. Or it clouds your right faith. Right faith is not manifested because of darshan moha. And so you lose the power of discrimination, viveka, the ability to discriminate between the transient and the eternal, the temporary and the permanent. Sometimes we are so focused on the temporary, we forget what is permanent. We can't discriminate between the self and the non-self. Okay? So, this being the root cause of transmigration. What? Darshan moha. Like yesterday I said, ignorance. Same thing. Okay? Now, charitra moha. What is charitra moha? Because of charitra moha, you can't abide in yourself, sthir nahi rahi saka hai, because you start creating passions. I am under the influence of charitra moha, so I am now creating likes or dislikes. I can't stay in myself. I can't abide in myself. Because I am under the influence of charitra moha. If I am not under the influence of charitra moha, I would abide in the self and there are no passions. I am a vitarag. But because I am under the influence of charitra moha, I can't abide in myself. See, some people just can't meditate. They just can't close their eyes. Or if they close their eyes, in 5 minutes they want to open. They just can't stay because there are so much sankalp vikalp. So say rag dvesh, say likes, dislikes. So you are creating so much passions, so you can't abide in the self. But why are you doing all this? Because you are under the influence of charitra moha. Clear? So likes, dislikes, strong habits, conditioning, prejudices, all these are created because you are under the influence of charitra moha, niya karma, and that hinders the soul to remain itself. And because of these attachments and aversions, the cycle of transmigration continues. The root cause of transmigration was darshan moha, and it is continuing because of charitra moha. The root cause was darshan moha. But because constantly you are either in the feeling of like or feeling of dislike, rag or dvesh, so this cycle continues. So you understand, wrong understanding or wrong faith leads to these passions of likes and dislikes, and you get crushed in the grindstone of likes and dislikes. Chakki. So you need to arrest the progress of this cycle of transmigration. You need to mobilize the wheel of dharma. If you want to stop this wheel of transmigration, you have to mobilize the wheel of dharma. So the symbol Buddhism has chosen for their religion is a chakra wheel. Wheel of dharma can end the cycle of transmigration. Wheel of dharma should be mobilized within you. So it's imperative to know how to destroy these two. Darshan moha, charitra moha. It's imperative. It's not even optional. It's imperative to know how to destroy hanaye. Hane kevite hai. Darshan moh kevite hanaye, charitra moh kevite hanaye. Who are the destroyers of darshan moh and charitra moh? And as I said, number one, darshan moh, how can you destroy? One word. Bodh. Bodh. I'm asking for the word in the verse. Karma monia bed be. Darshan, charitra, naam, behavior delusion and belief delusion and behavior delusion. Darshan, charitra, naam. Hane, what will destroy these two? Bodh, vitragata. Bodh for this, vitragta for this. So bodh and darshan moh is gone. Vitragta, charitra moh is gone. One word. In 2 words, you have finished the whole path. You have to work for enlightenment, and then in a complete state of the ultimate state of dispassion. And you have done. 2 steps. 2 words. Bodh and vitragta. I'm just going to explain bodh and vitragta very, very briefly. Bodh. Who is interested in this attaining of bodh? Pachi understanding hoy, knowledge hoy, enlightenment hoy, whatever you want to use, but who is interested? Okay, number 1, seek a true guru who is enlightened first. Number 2, learn the truths, the supreme truths from him by satsang. What is the nature of substance? What is a substance? What is the nature of jad substance? What is the nature of chaitanyamay substance? Animate and inanimate substances. What is the nature? What is the nature of myself and non-self? Learn these supreme subtle truths from an enlightened Sadguru. Listen to his satsang. Third. First, seek a Sadguru. Sadguru meaning an enlightened Sadguru, an enlightened Guru. Second, learn the supreme truths from him, the nature of the soul, etc. Nature you don't know, modifications you know. By introspection you will go up till different modifications. But true nature you have to learn from a Sadguru. Seek a Sadguru, learn from him. Third, listen to his bodh. If you want bodh, listen to his bodh. If you want Atma bodh, listen to Sadguru bodh. બોધ તો આવશે જ ને, બોધથી જ બોધ થાય. With respect and reverence. Time pass નહીં, huh? Respect and reverence. Then contemplate over it. Detect your false beliefs regarding your mistakes in I, my, dependency, happiness, identification, doership, enjoyership. Detect your false beliefs, wrong equations. Develop that viveka. Constantly contemplating on the bodh of the Sadguru, you will attain Atma bodh, called self-realization. Atma Siddhi. The first vivechan in English of Atma Siddhi, just 2-3 lines, 1931 ke 34 ma published thayelu. That book was called Self-Realization, by some advocate, Ms. Jaini, J.L. Jaini or someone from Indore, High Court. High Court tahati Indore matita. So the name of the book was Self-Realization. So by Sadguru's bodh, you attain the Atma bodh, which is called bodh over here. I can call it enlightenment. Why? Because darshan moh is destroyed. Samyak darshan is gained and wrong faith is eliminated. What? Dance kari le ek baar. Darshan moh is destroyed. Samyak darshan is gained and wrong faith is eliminated. So chalo, we tackled the darshan moh now. Now the last thing, 2 minutes for the charitra moh, 1 minute for rejoicing. And we finish. Darshan moh, you understood? Bodh. From Sadguru bodh to Atma bodh, which you all are doing. You can relate it. You seek a guru, you listen to him, you understand that respect, that reverence, you make notes, you ponder over it, you contemplate, and now add that one word, awareness, in your daily life. That will lead you to enlightenment. With enlightenment, Samyak Darshan, wrong faith is uprooted. How long will likes and dislikes stay? With wrong understanding, it can stay. But with right understanding, how long will it stay? I know that wheel is in motion, so it takes time. You know, after you switch off the fan also, the fan will be moving for some time. How long will it stay? You have switched it off. Now, how long will it stay? For 2 hours or 6 hours? Okay, it's just minutes now. Minutes, seconds. In the same way, once the root is destroyed, it's uprooted, the cause is uprooted, then likes and dislikes don't stay much. More and more awareness, more and more abidance in the self, spirit of dispassion increases, and likes and dislikes start decreasing. Gradually, you move on towards vitaragata. Ultimately, you reach a state of dispassion where you are not attached to anything effortlessly. Effortlessly. Here you are putting effort, Sat Purusharth, but no Purusharth, no efforts, and you stay in a state of complete detachment, effortlessly. That state is called Vitaragata. So with Vitaragata, your Charitra Moh is destroyed. And you can say it vice versa also. When all the Charitra Moh is destroyed, Vitaragata manifests. Anything. Here it is said as destroyer, so I am using that language. Therefore, enlightenment and dispassion is the unfailing remedy to destroy monia, two kinds of monia, and to attain liberation. Let's sing.
कर्म मोहनीय भेद बे दर्शन चारित्र नाम हणि बोध वितरागता अचूक उपाय आ